am going to do a little video tutorial today. I'm going to start by using Tatcha the Silk Canvas. I only applied this product on my forehead, and if you guys can see me leaning back, I actually have a mirror underneath. So I'm just trying to see what I'm doing. I do like to bring this down my nose a little bit just because I have a really big nose, and I do use this product over the lid as well. Okay, so now for the rest of my face, I like to use this Laura Mercier. This is the Pure Canvas Illuminating Primer. So the foundation that I will be using today is the MAC Full Coverage 12 palette. So I'm going to start the foundation on the forehead area because that is where the more matte product is, and I don't want to start mixing my finishes. And I use like a patting and rolling motion almost. So I kind of really like to push it in the skin. I don't use beauty blenders or anything like that, so I feel like this kind of gives it a very similar effect by, you know, pushing it into the skin while keeping it very skin-like. I personally feel every time I use a beauty blender that I pick a whole heap of makeup back up, even, you know, no matter how much I moisten the blender. So personally, it's just not my preference. So with this foundation, it is thick enough to be used as a concealer. So it is a super thick foundation. I mean, as the name of it goes, it is a full coverage foundation. So I don't use a concealer alongside this particular foundation. I'm just going to blend that down. And just coming back onto the eyes, I just want to use a really thin layer over the eyes. Okay. I'm just going to go in now and push my brows up. Because I haven't actually had my brows done in a really long time, I'm going to be using this MAC brow set gel in a brown shade, just because I am naturally super blonde, so all of my hairs underneath are starting to get really blonde, and I really just need to darken them up. I think I'm going to keep my brows somewhat soft for this look. I'm pushing just a little bit harder so that it hits the skin as well, because I want to be able to stain the skin and leave kind of an all-over finish. So I actually have no idea what eye look I want to do today. I haven't prepared anything. I have this really fun palette here from Morphe. I think I'm going to play around with some blue. I'm going to go in with a shimmer first. So I am using my finger for this to give the most amount of pigment possible. Sometimes when you pick up a shimmery pigment on a brush, it doesn't quite stick. So I'm going to smoke it out a little bit. So I'm going to cover the lid area. I'm going to bring it down. Alright, fabulous. So I've got the shimmery base down and it looks super funky right now. I think I'm going to blow this colour out with a little bit of purple. I'm going to use a little bit more of a vibrant purple as opposed to a deeper purple, just because I am blowing the look out. I really want to focus in on these outer corners. I did also have a lot of requests for a green look, so the next time I'm feeling colourful, I think that I'm going to pump out a bit of green. I'm just going to take a different brush now and just kind of diffuse those edges out slightly. I'm just going to use a somewhat like a peachy-ish tone just to kind of bring that up to the brow, just to help blend those colours in. This is actually one of my favourite brushes. This is the Crown Brushes Australia C511 brush. So I'm going to use a blue. This blue is not a shimmery blue, this is the flat blue. And I'm just going to come through here and just create a really sleek line. I'm going to use a bullet brush and with the same vibranty purple, I'm going to come below and kind of just buff that down a little and bring it out to mimic the wing underneath. Okay, so now I'm going to use the same peachy tone that I buffed up to again buff out and bring right up. I'm going to use Low Lights by MAC, and I'm going to take the C212 mini chisel brush by Crown. firstly, I am going to go in with my blush. So I am using a Cheek Jolie by Chantecaille. What is it? Chantecaille. And with this, I use my finger to apply. So I am probably going to use a bit extra just because the look is so bright and vibrant. So I really want to be able to meet the same vibrancy. Oh, look at that, it's like the same pink. And it really gives you a nice natural finish. In this circumstance, I think I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher on the cheekbone. I'm going to bring a little bit of it up on my nose as well. Guys, I was just about to pick up a powder brush to put on a chrome contour. I'm just having a fantastic day, if you couldn't tell. So kind of where your natural line is, I'm just going slightly above and up. I personally always do this part of my nose, just because it is a part of me that I'm not a fan of. And I always do my chin as well. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of powdered contour. So I'm using a Morphe contour palette. This particular one is the Lo-Fi 8L. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna set the forehead area. I am going to buff this part out later, so I'm not going to leave it like dirt on my face. And with the blush, I think I'm gonna go over it ever so slightly. So this is the Morphe palette, the 8 Warm, the blush palette, which looks like this on the inside. And I think I'm gonna use the shade Unapologetic here, which you can see I've dipped into quite a fair bit, just to kind of soften that finish slightly. I feel like it's very shiny at the moment and I kind of want to mattify and exaggerate it. Okay, now to set the forehead and kind of underneath everywhere else, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier, the translucent powder. So this is just the travel size. I think it is perfect. It's given me more than enough. And I just use the same brush that I use to put on the slightest bit of blush. If you were to use a slightly heavier blush, I wouldn't be using the same brush. So I just like to kind of pat down and blend through the contouring on the forehead and the chin. Use the Morphe Babes in Paradise highlight palette, and I think I'm going to use the shade Chihu, which is the pinkish shade down here, just because I have got quite a lot of pinks going on. I kind of want to tie that in. I think I'm going to keep this like highlighted lip look instead of using a lipstick. I think it looks more spicy than kind of what lip colors that I have. So I am going to go now and pop on some mascara and some strip lashes, and I'll be back in a second. So there you have it. I just popped on some strip lashes to give it a little bit more of a glam look. I also used my favorite Pony Cosmetics White Night mascara to help blend them through. The lashes I have on are the Cynthia Ann Cosmetics CO2.